Hello, welcome back. This is Boris Dimba, and today I'm going to show you how we can create Cleader rails or Cleader angles alongside the roof purlins, just to trim off these purlin extension of over the roof. Now, let me just turn that round so that you see what I'm trying to describe to you. You see these extensions of the purlins. So once the iron sheets have been laid here, you see the iron sheet will be laid almost to the edge of this extension. So the cleader rail will trim or will provide will give us a provision where we can mount the flashing that side that will be able to flash provide a flashing edge or a trimming edge along the end of the gable, along the gable end. So we'll provide that angle, cleader angle along the rafter from the eave all the way to the apex, and from the apex all the way to the eave, just to trim the edge of the iron sheets once they have been erected. Now, just to, if you don't know the cleader angle, I'll just lay it here and show you the purpose of that cleader angle. Now, I have my point already in place here, and if I come to beam here, I want just to snap at the bottom end here and move all the way to the far end of the purlin at the apex end here, then snap right there. So if I right click and terminate that command, then select on that particular point, you can see I've laid an angle line or an L-shaped profile, steel profile. This provides uh, will provide an anchoring position of the flashing. So the moment the iron sheets have been laid, there will be a gap here. So this gap will be covered with iron sheet, just call a flashing, just to flash or to trim the edges to look a little bit. I think it's just facade. Then to trim it so that this cleader angle provide the attachment point where that flashing will be drilled on or will be attached on. So this will provide a clean finishing once the iron sheets have been installed. Now, I'll do the same thing the other end. So I'll select first of all, let me just finalize this end, then mirror, then mirror also the other end. So let me just bring this close. I want to put a bolt here to attach these two members. So I'll come to bolt here. I'll come to steel, then pick on bolt. I want to I want to bolt this to this. Then right click, and I want to place my bolt right there. So that's my bolt, but it is not in the right position. So I just double click on it. So the moment I double click on it, I'll come to position here. I'll just enter 3 maybe there. Maybe I just need one bolt right there. So that's it. So if I double click on it once again, this is M20. M20 is too big for that particular connection. I'll change that to 16 and click OK. So I have my bolt here in place. I'll select that bolt, right click and come to copy here, and I'll copy it from that spot and move all the way to this spot. I'll place that bolt here. Let me just look for a snap there. I'll snap on that spot, and we have a bolt already there. And also I'll snap on that spot to create a bolt, and also I'll snap on that particular point to create a bolt there, bolt connection. And also I'll snap right there to create a bolt connection. Then we are on top of the apex here, so we'll also create a bolt connection. Now, if I select this member, these purlins, so that I show you what I'm talking about as a cleader angle, then I right click and come to show selected only. So this is the cleader angle. So if I zoom close, you'll be able to see now once the iron sheet has been laid on top here, the iron sheet edge will remain here. So we want to cover this gap. There's something called a flashing. That flashing will have a C-shaped. So the other edge will be will be drilled or drill on top here, then the other edge will be drilled at the bottom end here or at the edge here, just to cover this gap, and that offers a very nice trimming along the gable side of the sheeting or of the cladding or the roof clad. Now that is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is the Cleader angle. So that's how it trims the edge, the extension edges of our purlins. So that's how it looks. That's how it looks. So if you go back and show all, and I'm going to select on this member. So the moment I select on it, I want to mirror it on the other end. So if I come to mirror, I want also to select all the bolts so that it comes along with the bolts. Select the bolts first, so that when I mirror, all the bolts will also find themselves in the better position that we intended them to be on. I'll select the bolt, then I'll come here and select the Cleader angle. Then if I come to special copy here and pick on mirror, we still have our mirror line in place. So let's first of all check whether it is in the right place. So I'll assume it is in the right place, though if it's an error, we'll just go back and rectify. So I'll come back to Options tab and pick Run. So if I click Run, I'll close that dialog box. I'll be able to see our Cleader angle in that position. Reason being that our mirror point is absolutely wrong. So I'll go back and select and turn this in a position that will be able to snap accurately. So our mirror point will be at the center of this. So I'll come back here and select all these bolts. And select all these bolts here. Select that bolt, select that bolt, select that bolt, and select that bolt. Then select the Cleader angle. I've just left the control button. I didn't hold it, and I clicked Cleader angle, and everything got deselected. Now I'll right click and come to special copy here and pick on linear. Now you can see our mirror line where it is, which is wrong. Our mirror line should be here. So I'll snap on that spot and create another mirror line right there. And I'll go to Options and click Run. So if you close this, and if you come here, you can see we have our Cleader angle already fitted here. It has been fixed on this far end, and this is how it is done. So I want to get the midpoint in between from this grid 11 and grid 1. So how do you get that midpoint? We can get that midpoint by coming to points here, and we want to use the dividing points here. So I'll snap right here. So the moment I snap right there, I'll be able to move all the way to that particular point and snap there. I want to get the midpoint. So our midpoint is grid 6. So I'll continue selecting these bolts because there are many, and the Cleader angle runs all the way from the eave to the apex. So that's easy to select. I'll select these bolts here, select that bolt, and select this bolt once again, and come here and select that bolt, come here and select that bolt right there, come here and select that bolt. Just move all the way until the far end there. Now I'll select the Cleader angle or Cleader rail and select on that. Then I'll come to right click and come to special copy here and click mirror. So I'll define a different mirror point. So our mirror point will be at grid 6 here. So I'll snap here and create a mirror line like that. So that will be our mirror line. So if I come to options tab here and click Run, I'll be able to go and check whether this has been mirrored this far end. So if you take a look closer, you'll be able to see we've also created a trimming edge at this end. Cleader rails. And I've told you the purpose of Cleader rails in structures or in detailing. This is how it looks. So if I come to these members, if I come here now and select everything, put Control A, then enter on my keyboard, then pick on the beams, and I come to I come to see there and click close. So everything hasn't been, some parts have been left out. I'll control all, then enter on my keyboard. Then I want to select all those members. I'll click close. And some parts have been left out. I don't understand why, but to just finalize here. Enter and click on that and pick on the group beams and just drag that aside and pick on the purlins. Pick on the purlins, and this time round everything has been selected. I assume so. So I'll press Control and add some here and also add Cleader angles, one just to show you what I'm trying to talk about. And so come here and select on that, and come here and select on that. Now right click and come to show only selected. So this is what clear angle looks like. So it trims the edges of these purlins like this way and that way. So once you lay your iron sheets here, so at the edge here we'll create a box-like finish that will cover the gap in between the bottom end of this purlin, so we'll not see a gap when you have a look at the gable side. They'll be covered. There'll be some sort of covering called flashing. Now that's all about that. Now that's how you can create a Cleader rail, and step by step I'll show you more about this in using COMOSYS. COMOSYS is a very interesting software and very fast, and it has almost everything you need. And if you're a detailer, this is your home, and this is the best tool you can use. Now let me just come to rotate, and if I rotate, you can, if you take a look, and you can see we're almost done with our software, with our model. So let's meet then when I'll be teaching you or showing you how more we can do with COMOSYS. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Dimba, and let's meet then.